Hello, I'm Denise LaFrance. Coming up on this special on location December edition of City Beat. The City of Las Cruces has had a month to get to know its new city manager, Stuart Ed. We'll give you an opportunity to get to know him too. Each year, the city asks the legislature to keep an eye on key items that affect us here in Las Cruces, find out what tops the list. As we head into the winter season, the city is prepared for any snow that could potentially fall. A look at the city's arsenal of winter weather gear. And turning the corner from 2016 to 2017, Las Cruces will experience another minimum wage increase. We have the details in our Ask the segment. Hello and welcome to a special edition of City Beat for the month of December. We join you from the city's Christmas in Cruces holiday festivities event at the Plaza de Las Cruces. We have a new face in our city government. City Council selected a new city manager who began on November 7th. Stuart Ed has an extensive background of work in the Las Cruces and El Paso area. He shared with us more about himself so we could introduce him to you.
Hello, my name is Stuart Ed and I'm the new Las Cruces City Manager. I arrived in Las Cruces way back in 1982. When I arrived here, I was a dependent. I was the son of an Army officer, and my mom and dad were stationed out at White Sands. Well, as an Army brat, I traveled the world. I've lived in Hawaii twice. I went to high school in Belgium. And in all of my travel, I was born in New Jersey, and in all of my travels, the desert Southwest is far and away my favorite place on the planet. It's a beautiful place, it's a beautiful culture, the food is fantastic, the weather is amazing, and it's a great place to raise a family. I'm an outdoors person, and I enjoy the outdoors, which is why I love the desert Southwest for the weather. I love the fact that it's the end of November and I can run in my t-shirt and shorts. You don't get that everywhere. My background is very diverse. I think I bring a broad range of experience to the position that I think is going to be helpful to the community, but also helpful to the team.
Hi.
Well, good morning.
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Doing great.
Good.
How was your holiday?
It was very nice. Thank you.
What did you do? Anything exciting? By starting out as an hourly employee and working my way up through municipal government. So I've been part of a team, and then I've also led a team. I have a background in the Army where I did some pretty crazy stuff, and I'm a graduate of the Army's Airborne Ranger and Air Assault Schools, so that takes a certain mindset and a certain skill set and a certain leadership set to be successful in that environment. But then I've also been the president and CEO of Goodwill Industries of El Paso. Clearly that takes another skill set, and so I think I bring a broad range of leadership experience, and I think what that means for the team and for the city is I believe in people. I'm a very people-oriented person. I spend as much time identifying and recognizing excellence as I do finding things that we need to resource and improve upon. Still a little bit of work to do, huh?
A lot of work to do, but it's coming together nicely.
Well, I appreciate your hard work on it. I know
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
talking with you. The city's it's a very successful organization, and the community is in a very good place. There are some things that we need to take a look at. I think one of the things that in my recruitment, Mayor and Council really want to focus in on economic development, and our unemployment rate is hovering around 7%, and so we want to diversify our economy. We want to bring jobs to Las Cruces, and so the city plays an important role in that. We need to do everything we can to help the local businesses, to help our friends and neighbors and our entrepreneurs that live and work around us and support them. So please buy local whenever possible and put your money to work right here in the great city of Las Cruces. I'm very humble, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity to join such an outstanding team.
Thanks, Stuart. Mr. Ed replaces Robert Garza, who retired in May after almost 30 years with the city, 5.5 of those as city manager. Each year, the Las Cruces City Council works with local and state legislators to improve quality of life, to assure certain safety concerns, and to move forward with policies that affect local and state residents. In January, the city is expected to ask the legislature to keep an eye on certain tax policies, amongst other things. We sat down with the city's assistant city manager, David Dollahan, to find out what Las Cruces considers are legislative priorities.
The New Mexico Legislature reconvenes on January 17th. This year, the city will ask lawmakers to consider reviewing some tax policies. The first is hold harmless gross receipts tax, or HHGRT, distributions. As the state phases out HHGRT distributions to municipalities, it may consider re-implementing a food and medicine tax instead.
Our understanding is that the state may look at an overall tax reform, including gross receipts tax, and our concern for the Las Cruces and all local municipalities and counties is ensuring that we're protected from those gross receipts taxes from the loss of that potential revenue.
Another is tax reporting and data sharing between governments. The state shares GRT tax reports to cities based on industry classifications, like retail sales, food and lodging, or agriculture. But it's difficult for the city to see where the local economy is most effective. The city hopes the state can revise the existing law to allow for expanded local information.
That information would allow us to better analyze our local economy at a sector-wide level, because certain businesses may be doing better within the same sector than others. And we can't analyze that without knowing where it's coming from individually.
The city understands funding is limited statewide, but it hopes New Mexico could consider assisting with requests related to public safety, like a squad vehicle for the fire department, saving on costs associated with a fire truck responding to accidents or EMS calls.
We're looking for the acquisition of an additional squad vehicle. It's a one-time large capital purchase, but it goes a long way, and it would put us halfway through all of our fire stations, having squad vehicles.
It is also interested in acquiring body cameras for police officers and computers for their police vehicles. The city is also reaching out for assistance with right-of-way and flow of north and southbound traffic at the T intersection of Telshore and Spruce because of common traffic backups.
We feel like we could design the intersection and acquire some right-of-way that would improve that flow. It's really scary to think that you have a backup of traffic in a tough intersection, and then what if an emergency vehicle needs to get through? It would be an interesting maneuver by both police and fire.
Last year, the city asked for assistance with street improvements and streetlight synchronization. For City Beat, I'm Jennifer Martinez.
Thanks, Jen. The city is working with the Doñana County Legislative Coalition, or DACLC, to broaden the legislative focus in three key areas: education, workforce development, and economic development. The group will collaborate on a unified message to present to the legislature during the 2017 session. Local climate predictions show that Las Cruces area is currently in a weak La Nina pattern. So what does that mean exactly? Well, La Nina in winter usually indicates a warmer, drier forecast, but local forecasters say the word weak may indicate the possibility of a snowfall or two, or that colder weather could sneak in. So is Las Cruces prepared in the event that some snow works its way onto our busy streets? Street maintenance supervisor Lorenzo Renteria explains how the city is ready for any forecast.
We monitor the weather anywhere from 3 to 5 days out, and if we see weather that's going to be coming in, we already have our vehicles ready to go, and we have the salt and the cinders that we have right here, and we'll start mixing those according to our need. So we could be up and ready to go within 30 to 45 minutes to have the first 2 trucks out de-icing and snow plowing. So we have 2 snow plow salt spreader combination vehicles, and we have 1 salt spreader vehicle, and we have 3 graders also used for snow removal, 2 loaders also used for snow removal, and those are always ready to go once weather starts turning. So we monitor the national weather forecast, and we get, it could be daily updates depending on the weather. We also coordinate with the Office of Emergency Management to be ready in case it does start freezing or snowing. We're prepared at that time to clean up the roads. So we have, on a regular day, we have 2 people on standby 24 hours a day. Once there's a need for more people, then we put everybody on a 12-hour rotation. We have 31 employees that would go into that 12-hour rotation of 8 men at a time, or 8 employees at a time. We would have 4 to 6 crews depending on how bad the weather was. And we would have 4 supervisors, 31 employees, and all the pieces of equipment that are in this facility at our disposal to clean the streets. Everybody's willing to come in and work with no hesitation. They know that if the roads aren't clean, there's no schools, there's no work, there's not people going and doing anything, so we're shut down. So that they take that to heart. They know that they're, primarily the first responders and something like that, and they take pride in keeping the roads drivable and safe for all the City of Las Cruces.
Thank you, Lorenzo. Several city departments work together to make sure residents are impacted the least in the event of a snowstorm. They remind residents major streets will be tended to before residential. The annual Las Cruces Chili Drop takes place here in downtown Las Cruces. And if you have a real Christmas tree, you'll want to know your options for removal after the holiday. Those topics and more in our City Minutes. Celebrate the new year at the Chili Drop Las Cruces. The fun happens December 31st, right here where we're standing at the Plaza de Las Cruces downtown. The event runs from 9 p.m. to midnight. The City of Las Cruces observes January 2nd for the new year and January 16th for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. To learn more about the city's holiday closures, head to las-cruces.org and click on the news tab at the top of the page. Visit Las Cruces has announced its 2017 Country Music Festival lineup. Headliners include Casey Musgraves, Travis Tritt, Tanya Tucker, the Marshall Tucker Band, and Bree Bagwell. For more information and ticket sales, go to lccountryfest.com. When you get to the end of the season, you can recycle your real Christmas tree at the Foothills landfill at 555 South Sonoma Ranch Boulevard. Limbs must be less than 5 inches in diameter and no more than 5 feet long. Beginning January 1st, a new local minimum wage goes into effect for Las Cruces. CLC TV's Udell Vihil explains the background of the city's minimum wage and what we can expect in the near future in this month's ASTA.
Hello and welcome to the special edition of ASTA. In this month's episode, we'll examine the Las Cruces Minimum Wage Ordinance. The second phase of a 3-step minimum wage increase goes into effect on January 1st. At that time, the minimum wage in Las Cruces will go from $8.40 to $9.20. For tipped workers, the amount goes from $3.36 to $3.68. For background purposes, the minimum wage ordinance was approved by City Council in December 2014. The ordinance calls for increases in 2-year increments. So, following next month's increase, the third increase will be in 2019 when the minimum wage goes up to $10.10 per hour. As stated in the ordinance, employers shall post notices in English and Spanish informing employees of the current minimum wage. The City of Las Cruces is providing more information about the minimum wage increase in this month's utility bills. If you have any questions regarding the minimum wage ordinance, contact the City Attorney's Office at 541-2128 or your legal counsel.
Thanks, Udell. Again, you can get more information on the city's website at las-cruces.org. Well, that's all for this episode of City Beat. As we say goodbye, I'd like to leave you with the sights and sounds of the city's Christmas and Cruces holiday festivities event. Remember to tune in for live City Council meetings right here Mondays at 1 p.m. You can also find all archived meetings and programs on clctv.com. Plus, we have so much more on our Facebook page. Thanks for joining us on this special edition and have a great holiday season. I'm Denise LaFont.
So you're here for the inaugural tradition, and I can't thank each and every one of you for coming out here tonight. It's really fun, it's nice and cold, it rings in the new holiday season, and we're just really excited. 5, 4, 3, 2,